Okay, Keith here from Beat the Casino with Kevin out in Las Vegas, and the team's together here again. Kevin, how you doing out there, buddy?
Doing good. Starting to get a little cooler now.
Yeah, well, it's not
Right there.
cool. It's not as cool as it is here, brother. I'll tell you, it's cold here, so I'm coming out soon. But listen, so we did the derived roads, how the derived roads are derived series. And we have quite an extensive thread in the private forum with that. And I think we went through in great detail about how they're derived and made it real easy for everyone to understand just, how they're derived. And I think it was insightful and it helped a lot of folks. Of course, now we want to get to the most critical part of the series, which is now that we have the derived roads, how do we use them to win some money and make a bet? And, what is your thought process when you're using it? Because I know you use it extensively in the stadium game. And, we want to talk about it, what you look for as, the experienced Baccarat master that you are. And, I picked out a shoe here and I'm going to throw it at you. So, but, give us a little color commentary here on what you look for first, and then we can go through a shoe.
Okay. Well, basically, it's whether it's stadium or at the table or, I don't play online, but you can do this online as well. And that is that there's three derived roads, as you so well pointed out at the beginning of all this.
Yeah.
And, you explained how they're derived, et cetera, et cetera. And a couple of years ago, I finally said, I've been doing this Baccarat thing on and off for like 30 years. And I never understood what the derived roads were. So I finally went on a quest, and we did that. We had a seminar down in Biloxi, Mississippi about it. And, I kicked myself in the head for not learning this stuff sooner.
Yeah.
So, the last couple of years, what I've been doing, in addition to all the other things that I do, like the 4D and the V87 and, this and that, is as I'm playing, I check out what the derived roads are doing. Okay, which are calculated from how the main road has proceeded.
Correct,
to see if, in fact, there aren't some clues that maybe I'm overlooking to help me calculate whether the next event or the next hand is going to be banker or player.
Right.
And the way that's done is by looking at the roads using what's called the forecast table. Mm-hmm. Okay. And in so doing, it gives you some clues, perhaps. What you're really trying to do, Keith, is I'm trying to look at, patterns, anomalies, things that stand out as being different from 50-50, because that's the way I play Baccarat. Play what, is standing out as being unusual,
Yeah.
And then see if that'll help point out what's going to happen on the, it's going to coincide with what I think is going to happen on the main road. So that's right.
I like your baseline analogy there, Kevin, and sometimes we lose sight of something that's very simple. If you start at a baseline and assume that, it's within the realm of 50-50 with a little bit on this side, a little bit of that side. And that's kind of like, so to speak, a normal game, Now, of course, it doesn't fall right on the 50-50 line, but right. You know what I mean? Within the realm of normalcy. But you'll look at all the statistics for something that is like really going, I don't want to say out of whack, but really is going to some of the extremes where you get a bigger disparity is what you're looking for. And I think that is the key to the game. Well, I know it's the key to the game. And, you're certainly good at picking up on that and even forecasting it. So, well, listen, why don't I put up a game here? And I have one from a scoreboard. I'll share this out. That I got, and I'll put it in scoreboard here. Let me share this out. First of all, let me know when you can see that.
I can see it. There's the scoreboard.
Okay. Blank. Yep, blank. So I'm going to put this, it started with banker. Of course, you got to put a couple hands in first. You'll hear scoreboard say it. I could turn it, but I'll leave them off so everybody can hear it. So banker was first, and then player was second. Of course, it's obviously too early. Then we had a run of bankers here, Kevin.
Okay.
Okay, nothing yet. And there was one more banker. Okay. Now, I don't think you'd do anything yet, would you? You
No,
wouldn't.
but look at, for instance, look at how when you got to that second banker
Yeah.
in that streak, you start seeing how the derived roads get formed. You start
Yes.
seeing
Of course.
that's called the Big Eye or the Big Eye Boy Road.
Yep.
I'm going to put my finger up to it. You can't see it on the screen, but
Well,
maybe
no,
from where you're at.
no.
Yeah, whatever. It's there you go. There you have it. That's that. There you go.
Yeah, that's the Big Eye Boy there.
Yeah, and then when you got to the third column, which is the four, then you started getting into what's called the small road.
Yeah, that'd be right here. Yep.
That's the second of the three roads. I just wanted to point that out. So.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put another hand in here. Let's see. It was, and then it went to player. Okay. And then I'm going to put the next two in. And we're starting to get, some more information. And of course, the CRP down at the bottom, or the slashes or French fries or the cockroach pig or whatever you want to call it. I like to call it
the cockroach pig road.
CRP road started to evolve. Now, at this point, we can see it's a little bit favoring bank. Players are only one in a rows. Are you making any betcha, Kevin?
No, not that. No, let's see what we got. 5, 6, about 9 hands.
Yeah.
Probably be waiting a little bit more, starting to see a little bit on the small road there, but I'm not really sure yet. So,
okay.
It doesn't, I don't think it really comes into play at this point.
No.
Let's point out this, Keith. Look at what it's saying is if you see can you point out the forecast road?
Yes.
On the screen there? I can't really do anything from here.
That's all right. Yep.
Okay. So what that's saying, that is not bank because it's red. There's all three are red. Okay. Yep. That's just red.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's all explained in your earlier stuff about the derived roads. And then you see the players all blue, but that's going to change. We're going to show how that's going to change here. Okay.
Yep.
And that's just saying, if you believe, I'm going to go up to the first derived road. I'm pointing at it. Maybe you can point. There you go. If you believe you're going to get another blue circle,
right? And
I look over here to the forecast table, or where it says next,
right here.
That says player. If you believe on the other one, if you're going to get another blue circle, so look at the pattern on the small road. Look at the pattern on the small. See this pattern there? Okay, 1 blue, 2 red, 1 blue, 2 red. Huh, 1 blue. That's kind of interesting.
Yep.
Okay. That says player. Now the pattern on, let's look at which has just started, the third road, the cockroach pig.
Right.
Hard to make any, guesses or whatever from there, right?
Yeah, it's a little early for that.
I like the fact that the two of them kind of point out player, but it's a little bit early, to be saying that. But I just want to point out how that works. But I'll do it again, of course.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to point out, you said something there, and I actually, I'm going to post this in the private forum, and we talk about like how many hands go by before you make an assessment of what's going on. I think that's a good thing, but I was thinking about that a little bit, and the way I play is I lean more to not so much how many hands go by, but how many columns have started,
Right.
And I think that's an interesting way to look at it. Like, well, would you start after only 4 columns? That might be 13 hands. It might be 4 hands, I always say, like, wait till there's about 5 or 6 columns that have finished rather than say, well, 9 hands, because you could have 8 players and 1 banker. And, is that really a player bias? Well, it could be, but it could not be too, because you haven't seen enough of the game yet. You haven't seen enough things change. So I think my recommendation for folks going forward is going to be, wait 5 or 6 columns to go by before you make a decision. And that's always served me a little bit better. So I just wanted to interject that. That's all.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to focus on, again, for purposes of this particular, play session, I'm going to focus on the derived road.
Yes, of course.
Okay. As opposed to, this is look at the V87, look at this, look at that.
Absolutely.
I may comment about that, but Okay.
Let me put a couple more hands in.
Okay, I'm writing down. So go ahead.
Okay, good. So we got two bankers, and then it went to a player again, Kevin.
Yep.
Okay. Then it went over to banker.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing yet. Okay. We have 2 more players again.
Okay. Okay. Now let's stop there for a second. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the again, I'm just going to look at the small road for a minute. Okay,
And
that's the one that I see the
second one.
most.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the middle one there. You see that nothing has gone past 2.
Yes.
Okay. You know, that might be an indication. Let's see. That would mean a red dot would come up next. A red dot would be another player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, red is for P, player.
Yep.
Okay. But that's only one of the 3 that have any semblance of, you know, kind of whatever to them. But
Yeah.
you know, that's kind of interesting. That's the only one of the 3 that I see any kind of pattern or any kind of, you know, real anything in there that, you know, makes a lot of sense. So
okay. All right. Well, let's put some more hands in. So I have a banker 4, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 1, a 2.
Okay.
Then we go back to banker here, Kevin.
Okay. Back to banker. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it goes to a 2 again, another 2 player.
Okay.
Now we are getting a little.
Well, now let's. I was writing down. Now I look up at the forecast. You know, obviously, if you look at we're looking at the blue. Okay, some people call them donuts, but we're looking at it's called the Big Eye or the Big Eye Boy Road. Okay,
right.
Look at that. I mean, you got 5, you had one blue, then 5 blue, then you got 4 blue.
Yes.
You know, I certainly like that. If you see another blue, if you believe another blue, okay, that would be another bank.
Right.
Okay, I'm pointing. You can point. And I can't point out anything on the under where it says next.
Right.
Down here at the bottom.
Yeah. You don't have to point at me. What do you want?
Okay. Well, I think for anybody watching this video, they need to see what I'm talking about.
Rather than point, just tell me. Go to the predictor table. That's all.
Okay. The predictor table. You can see that the blue circle says bank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I don't really see anything on the middle. You know, it's kind of interesting a little bit on the cockroach pit, the 3rd road.
Okay, right here.
It's a lot of repeats.
Yes.
Strong repeats on the cockroach. That also says bank.
Yep. Okay.
I think a reasonable.
Right here. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a guess still at this point, but a bank. You know, it's kind of interesting. I kind of like the bank here.
Okay.
So I don't love it. You know.
Okay. Well, it was bank. Good call.
Okay, I'll write that down. Okay.
It was bank. Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. You know, again, we using the blue dot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look what happened. Look down at the forecast table. That blue circle switched over to player.
Yeah.
Why did it do that? Because it's counting backwards. You know, one event. Okay. Yep. And also, I pointed out earlier, you know, that the cockroach pig, the 3rd road there.
Yes.
That's the blue slash switched from the other side also.
Okay. Yeah, it did, didn't it? That
okay.
would be, yeah.
Where again, you've got a lot of repeats so far.
Yes.
Okay. That's you know, I think based on, you know, we've got one bank, one unconfirmed bank. I probably would go with the player based on the derived roads at this point. If I was just doing the derived roads.
Okay.
Like player, you know.
Okay. Well, it was player. I'll just do one now since.
Okay. Yep. I've seen that. Now look again. Look how that's getting longer.
Yeah. Right
you
here
know,
on the
right there on the big guy. There you go. That's getting longer. What does that say? Player on the forecast table.
Yep. That'd be a player.
Right. This is next means the next hand. Okay.
Yes.
I like the fact that the small road broke out. You know, now you got 4 in a row of those of the red dots.
Yeah.
So the red has become the dominant color. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, this is not bank and player. This is dominant. Right.
Yep.
Red's dominant. Says player.
Yep.
See the red dot down there?
Yep.
Okay. And the blue slash.
Yeah.
You know, again, you got 3.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of repeats.
Yeah.
On the
roads.
Road.
Yeah. On the road.
You got 3 opposites and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 repeats so far.
Yes.
So that's kind of a strong end. That's a good indicator. And we got 2-2 on the player side, up on the main road.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a support for what pattern is developing,
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
So player, this would be a reasonable bet here.
Okay. It was player, Kevin.
Okay.
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 All right. Now, well, we got the blue up there. The red came down on the middle road here, and so did the blue on the CRP.
And guess what they all did? They all switched
repeated.
back to bank. Those 3 symbols that were on the player last time, blue circle, red dot,
Yep.
Blue slash, went from player over to banker for the next game.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it worked before. I like it working again. I like another blue dot up top, donut, whatever, another red. I love streaks. I love, the derived road, you see more streaks than you do on the main road.
Yeah, they do last longer. So here on the big eye, it's gonna say what your bet would be on banker.
If you believe it's going to be a blue dot, yes.
If you believe it's going to be a red dot here, it's banker.
Yeah.
And if you believe it's going to be a blue here, it's also, so they're all pointing to banker.
They're all pointing to, and look at the pattern. Look what we got up on the main road.
Of course, the main road is too. So anyway,
that's really what's important. That's what we're trying to determine. What's going to happen on the main road.
Yeah, it was a banker.
It was a banker.
Yep.
Okay.
It was a banker.
Okay. Well, those 3 things now switch back over to player.
Player, yeah.
All 3 of those. Okay.
Yep, right here.
Would, again, just simply based on the drive roads. If you believe those streaks, you're going to continue. Okay.
Right.
And you would bet player.
Yeah. It was banker.
It was a banker. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I'm writing this out here. Banker. Okay. Okay. Now let's see what we got on there. Okay.
Well, we have long streaks, and then it went to the other color, basically.
Yes, exactly. So now we're, kind of in a little bit of limbo. You kind of got a strong side.
Yeah, definitely up here.
Up there. You know what I mean? So that would switch back to a blue donut, circle, whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got a predominance still of the red circle there.
Yeah.
Where you're at. Blue, red versus blue. Okay.
Yep.
And then you've got the red, but again, those are all repeats before.
Repeats.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You never, it's hard to get 3. It's rare. It's not all the time you get 3, all 3 say the same thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like here's
2 of them to me say banker. I'm looking at the 3 drive roads. And that other one, I would rather have a blue slash there myself. You know what I mean? Another blue.
Yeah.
But since it switched, I got to pull back a little bit. And unless I believe it's going to repeat, if I believe it's repeat, that says another red slash would be player on that one. So I got 2 banks, 1 player.
Yeah. Would you bet it here, Kevin, if you were?
Probably not. Probably not. I don't think I'd bet it here. No.
Okay.
No, because I've only seen, on the player, I've seen a lot of 1s, 1, 2, and a 4.
Okay.
But not based on the drive roads, I wouldn't bet it.
All right. Well, it was banker.
Okay. Another banker. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So derived roads. Well, I obviously kind of like the strong side thing going on the. Look back up at the first derived road.
Yeah, up there at the big eye. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to see another blue circle there. That says player.
Player. Yes.
Let's see. It's still red on the, still predominantly red on the small road. That would say banker.
Yep.
And the only thing I don't know, they on the slashes, okay, the cockroach, the 3rd road, you still got a predominance of repeats, but maybe that won't continue. So it kind of says player to me, but again, not based,
not a good bet
on derived roads. Okay, that's all we're doing right now.
Yep. Okay.
Probably nothing really to help me.
Okay. It was player. Okay.
Player. Okay. Okay.
Okay. There you go.
Let's see what we got here. Well, that our little strong side kept kind of developing there.
Yep.
Okay. So that would say bank. If you look down at the predictor.
Yep.
I believe that's going to turn into strong side.
Right here.
Yep. I don't really see much on the small road. I don't really,
No.
the one in a rows don't give me much.
All
Uh,
mixed up.
right.
Maybe
And,
repeats here, Kevin. Are you thinking?
well, again, that's kind of that's still kind of a repeat. Yeah. Then the blue would be a player. So I got one good one for the banker and one good one for the player. The other
Yeah.
one I'm not sure about. That is not a derived road indicator to me.
Okay.
Okay. Because that's what we're playing, derived roads.
All right. Well, it was banker.
Banker. Okay. Okay. Banker. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Let's bang. I almost see it up there too. Okay.
Boy, that strong side there, though, and that first road, Kevin.
Yes,
On a big
exactly.
one, huh?
Yeah, definitely. That's and that would say banker again. Okay. You look at the middle one there, and look at that's confusing. It's no more good than the main road,
Yeah.
And then the only thing I do kind of like the repeats.
Down here in the
But,
cockroach.
it's still look at it's predominantly blue color on the third road.
Yeah.
Okay, and that would say player. So again, I'm kind of in a conundrum between banker and player. So the derived roads here aren't really, although I really do like the top one there.
Yeah.
But that would say another banker. But
Yep.
I'm not gonna,
No bet.
I like when at least two of them really are strong enough to,
Right.
two of the three.
Okay.
So
Well, it was player.
Which player? Okay.
Let me put that in.
Player. Okay. So we have we're starting. Okay.
I'll get that in.
Let's see. Okay. So oh yeah, put it in. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And so that didn't that wouldn't have worked out if we had bet bank on that. That's right. Okay. So let's see here. Gosh, if we look at the Big Eye Boy Road, which is the first of the three derived roads.
Yep, right here.
See the three, the red. See the predominance of blue.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a strong side blue.
I have to go with player on that one.
I would think so. Yeah,
I would say player. Okay, there.
Okay.
The color on the bottom there. You can see the last 5 hands. 3 have been blue, 2 have been red.
Yep.
You notice that? See that says player also.
Yep.
And if I look at the that
CRP.
Approach pig. I hate these names. Just kill me.
Oh, I know. That name just kills
the slashes. Okay. I kind of like I like the blue slash. So I have 2 that say player, 1 that says bank.
Yeah. Kevin, do you think that strong side on the Big Eye Boy there is so heavy?
It's been pretty good so far.
Yeah. I think
I might use that to be okay. I'd go player then, something like that. On this one,
okay.
I just believe that strong side is that's a great play when we play. That's let me talk about the roads in general.
Yeah,
you can
sure.
play the roads just like you play the main road.
Yeah,
you still got to bet banker or player up on the main road. But what you need to be conscious of is you're going to see patterns, anomalies. Lots of times you'll see two red dots, 2 blue dots, 2 red dots, 2 blue dots.
Yeah.
You're just like you see on the main road. You're going to see 1 1 1 1 1 1. You know what I mean? Chop. You're going to see that. I told you the streaks are generally longer.
Yes.
So just using the derived roads, it's got where I'm not really sure what to do up here on the main road. The player seat to me has 2 indicators.
Yep.
So I can go player on that. I don't know.
All right, it was player. I was trying not to give you a clue there.
Okay. Okay, so now I can't ignore the fact that we've got player 2, 2, 2, an unconfirmed 1, and then an unconfirmed 2. I can't ignore that fact. Okay.
Yep.
So let's look and see what we got. Oh gosh. Okay, and again, it did go to a blue circle on the Big Eye Road. So the circle would be I go over. It would be bank. Okay.
Yep.
I 4 in a row. The blue dots. 4 out of the last 5 hands.
Yep. Right
blue,
here.
Red, 4 blue. That would say bank.
Bank.
That's 2 banks.
Yep.
Okay. The last one again. Well, because kind
doing
of
zigzags. Yeah.
3 out of 5 and a zigzag. It's getting into a zigzag. 3 out of 5 are blue. So
Yeah.
another blue. You know, this all 3 of them to me kind of say bank on this one, on this hand.
Okay. It was a bank.
It's on derived roads, and it kind of concurs with what I'm seeing on the main road.
Yeah, it was a bank.
The bank, okay.
Good call.
Okay, well, you know what I'm gonna do on the first road up there. Blue circle, another blue circle. That would be player.
Yep.
You see that on the forecast table.
Yep.
Okay.
Here.
Pretty strong. That one says bank.
Yep.
Okay, so I got one player and one bank, and then we got the third one, the third road, where it looks like it's developing into a chop of color.
Yes.
That's the player. So we have 2 players and 1 bank.
Yeah.
Okay, just based on the derived roads. Player. Excuse me.
It was player.
It was player? Okay.
Yep, it was player.
Okay. Well, you can't ignore the main road there. Look at the 2s, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. So
yeah,
let's see.
Yeah,
another blue circle. Yeah, that's just so strong. It's just so strong.
This is so dominant, strong
Yeah,
side.
And sometimes you can take the dominant aspect of between the 3 roads and just say, wow, it's just dominant. Well, that's player dominant.
Yeah,
okay?
this is player dominant.
And look at the main row. We've got the 2, 2, 2,
yeah,
1, 2, confirmed 2. Now we got an unconfirmed 1. Okay.
Yeah. The last 3 events, or 3 of the last 4, have been confirmed 2s on player.
And I like look at the third road. Look at the bottom road, the slashes.
Yeah, we're getting a
you
chop.
See there, you're seeing like a chop.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'd be a blue slash we need next. That'd be player.
Yeah.
And to me, it all says player, except that I'm not so sure about that middle road. They don't always all agree. You're going to get 2 out of 3. If you can get 2 strong ones out of the 3, which I kind of think we have here right here, 2 out of 3, then I'll make the bet. So
it was player.
It was player.
Yep, okay. It was player. So I mean, there you have it. I think it was a great example up to this point, and it an obvious example of something that you can watch for. Kevin, is I loved your terminology there. Is look for the dominance in it. It's like that big eye boy there is just so dominant blue.
Right.
That I mean, pick up 4 or 5 units on that one. I'm sure.
Right.
Just from and it wasn't like. You kind of had to guess at it. It was like obvious, so it evolved. And to your point, like they do tend to go a little bit longer.
Yes, they do.
And they stick, and so, this was a great shoot to look at, and, a little ambiguity in the other ones, but that first road was just so dominant, so.
Let me make a few points. Okay.
Yeah, please do.
Point number one, using the derived roads to play a shoe is just one more way that you should add to your toolbox.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay? It is not the only way you should play.
No.
Okay. Just like you can't figure out on a lot of shoes what the main road's doing. Sometimes on the driver, you're not going to be able to figure out anything either.
Yeah. Okay. Just leave.
Number 2, before you make your final decision, whether you bet or not, make sure that what you're picking kind of makes sense with what's going on the main road.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's really where you got to place your bet.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Number 3, with respect to the derived roads, what you're really looking for is a prevalence of either a pattern or, kind of like we saw on the Big Eye Boy road here with the blue color, or a predominance of one color over the other, red versus blue. Remember, that's not player versus bank.
No.
Now, this takes some getting used to. Trust me,
well, it's a lot to look at too,
a lot to look at.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see a main, maybe you can find a shoe we can look at, but where the main road's it's hard to figure out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I got another shoe. I'll do another shoe here. Let me put it in. Let me back this one out here. Okay. So let me put this shoe in.
Okay. Head up a new shoe here.
So I'm not going to tell you this one. I'm just going to put it in, and I'll give you a couple here.
Player, banker. Okay.
Okay. And then it was
Player. Player. Whoops. So now we got five. What, six?
yeah.
I'm writing it down. Okay.
Okay. And I'll give you two more, and then you're on. There.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm just looking at the derived roads.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, player is strong on the main road. I mean, 8-4, whatever, or 9-4. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
What I see out of the first of the three derived roads, okay, the big eye boy, if you can put your cursor up there.
Yeah.
Okay, put the
one.
cursor.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep.
You know what I see? I see TBL.
Yeah, time before last there. Yeah.
So that would tell me a red circle. That'd be bank. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see on the other one, on the next road.
Yeah.
Okay, what do I see? Nothing's gone past 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see, two blue, 2 red, 1, 2, 1. Nothing really. I don't really see anything strong there.
Yeah.
On the at this point, it's early in the game.
Yeah.
On the bottom there. Okay, on the third road, the cockroach.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously you've got more red slashes than blue, but nothing yet that's really developing into some kind of a discernible pattern. The strongest thing I think is a TBL for.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but is it a great bet? No.
Okay.
Based on the derived roads.
Now, what do you think about just catching something here? The 3-1s, the 3 strategy on the derived roads. Have you noticed anything with that with GBO9's 3-1?
Oh yeah, you'll see the 3s. Yeah, you'll see that also. Okay. I didn't notice that, but I didn't. My bad. But I mean, because we're going through this kind of quickly. But I mean, yeah, no, you're going to see on the derived roads everything you see or believe in on the main road. It's just they may or may not coincide. Right. That's where you got to make your choice. You don't just bet rotely, because it says to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, just for conversation here, not saying we're gonna. I want to go back to the main roads. Looks like repeats are ahead too. So yeah. If you're looking at repeats and you're looking at 3-1-3 or 3-1 opposite strategy, on the big eye boy, and then perhaps maybe 2 in a rows on the small road, and I don't really see anything here, but anyway. That would be my assessment. I like this 3-1 and then opposite here for that, and I like repeats here.
TBL also. That would be TBL also.
TBS. So now obviously I know what it was. It actually was banker. So
okay.
So it did get the TBL on the big eye boy there. So
right. Okay. So let's look at the next one where it says next. Okay.
Yeah.
Take your cursor keys to where it says next.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. What does the red circle say? No. Point to the red circle. Now slowly go up. What another red circle would be another bank. Would that be TBL? No, it wouldn't. Okay.
Well, yeah, it would.
No, Keith.
Oh.
Down below, another TBL, another red circle on the first road. The first, the Big Eye Boy Road would not be TBL.
Oh, not on that road. No. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Now it would be your 3 strategy though. It could be. It could be that. You're free after you made the opposite.
Okay. Let me clarify so everybody doesn't think I'm an idiot. What I was looking at when you said it wouldn't be TBL, I was referring to the main road, and I forgot we're talking about the derived roads.
Talking about the derived road.
Yeah. Like here it would be TBL, but obviously here it wouldn't be. I'm sorry. So forgive me.
So TBL would actually say player because it'd be a blue circle.
A blue, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Then if I look at the next road, the small road, the middle one there, okay?
Yep.
I mean, if you see anything, you probably see, maybe another red dot, maybe, but that's a maybe. Still kind of early, but maybe red dot. That would say player. And then what do you see? You could look at that one. And, I mean, again, it's still, I could say a lot of things about it, but
yeah,
the only thing I would, I like the fact that we've had the TBL on the main road. But again, is that a betting thing at this point? Well, let's see. We got a lot of repeats going.
Yeah.
Reds in a red circle, another blue circle. I'm saying would say player.
Yep.
Which would not be a repeat. So from a derived road standpoint, Keith, I don't see a strong, I got to do this yet.
Yeah.
But I would, if I had to do it, I would do it on player.
Yeah, it was player.
Okay. That was again. It's a lean. I think people call that a lean.
Yeah, lean or a little bit of an edge.
Lean as opposed to LIEN. Okay. Well, now you got the same thing. You got, kind of TBL going. So that, let's see, that you need a red circle. That would be player. You've got the twos going, definitely on the small road. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm using blue and red together, and you have a predominance, but you have a predominance of red also. That's something to think about.
Yeah.
But a blue dot would be, if you want to stay at the twos, would be bank. You got one bank, one player. And now you kind of got TBL going on the bottom road. That'd be a red slash. That'd be player.
Player, yeah.
Which would be a repeat, which would kind of go 2 players, 1 bank, lean. I got repeats going at the top.
All right. Well, you're doing pretty good. What are you picking here?
Player.
There. It was player. Okay.
So we got 3 players, 6 players, and 2 players. Okay. Well, again, let's look at it. We're right back to the same thing. We got TBL going still on the top. That means a blue circle we need next for TBL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'd be a player. I'm pointing at the road there. I mean, at the forecasting table.
Yep.
We broke out of the twos on the small road. So now I look at the predominance. We got 5 out of the last, or 4 out of the last 5, 5 out of the last 6, whatever, have been red versus blue.
Maybe on the small road there.
Red, that's the player. And then we got we've also started the opposites, if you will, going opposite on the RTBL on the bottom road. Okay. Which to be blue. I'd say 3 good leans on player here.
Okay. Let me ask, just interject something here, Kevin, then, because we're all about not missing something too. I think all that assessment is cool and right with the derived roads. At what point here would you say, well, it looks like second liners are doing pretty good on the main road too. You wouldn't want to miss that, would you?
On the main road, say that again. The second liners.
Yeah, well, the last 5 times it's been a second liner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to miss if it goes off.
Yeah, no, you've got to remember, as I said, you want to integrate all this together.
Yeah,
you're looking for clues that may not be available on the main road.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Now you look at the derived roads, Kevin, as kind of an enhancement to the main road, but there are times when you play it just exclusively when it's dominant, when it's so dominant, like the last shoe. Okay. Cool beans. All right. It was a banker here.
It's a banker. Okay. Okay, so that breaks that TBL, at least for now.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go to the, I'm not going to say I really see a whole lot there. On the small road, the middle road. Okay. Yep. You've got the 2 blue, 1 blue, 1 blue, 1 unconfirmed blue. That would kind of suggest a red dot. That'd be banker. The red, see the red? If you go down to the forecast table next, that's a banker. Okay. And then on the slashes again, which was kind of TBL and stuff, that would say a red slash, another red slash, that'd be banker. And you got now you go up to the main range and you say, the twos are strong, to your point.
Okay. It was banker. It was
okay. Banker. That was a banker. So that's the important thing I'm trying to get across here. You're trying to integrate. You're trying to, again, this is like using V87 and 4D and the 3 strategy and the second liners. and the 10 best bets, and it's just another way of looking at it. It's sometimes though it's going to be the only way to look at it, because it's going to be like that last shoe where it was just those blue circles on the first road, the first drive road, were so strong.
Well, I think in this case the dominance now, from my perspective, went from the derived roads to the main road, where I'd be just for the next two hands or two columns, I'd be looking at betting a second liner.
Right.
Yeah, I would think so. Where the derived roads are good, like here you had the time before last in the threes pattern. Maybe you could get another three in the big eye boy there, and it hit on the small road or on the cockroach pig too coming up. So there's a lot of good stuff in this in this shoe and the derived roads. You just have to,
I'd like to make one comment.
Yeah.
And that is, there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't let yourself be overwhelmed. Again, you got to practice this and try to understand this and learn this. And, I think most of our players have the scoreboard app. You can make up your own shoes, and see how they play out. Okay. Or take shoes you've played and insert them in there and see how the derived roads would play out. Yeah. You got to do this a lot before you really get kind of good at it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Play an inning system.
Yeah.
You got to take that system and apply it to 100 shoes or 500 shoes. You know what I mean? And see.
Yeah.
Because nothing works all the time. This is just another tool to have in your toolbox. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea of okay, so we're looking at these derived roads. You're looking for the things that you would normally do in the main road that can apply to the derived roads. Kind of a statistical bet, like there with the 3-1-3s and maybe time before last. But then also look for, like, all of a sudden something is dominant, which you want to switch to that. Like in the main road now, it's dominant 2 in a rows.
Right.
So those are the kind of things that I like to think of, and I think it made me a better player. But anyway, the next hand was player, by the way.
Player, okay, mark that. Okay. Well, and based on your point there, I mean, again, like you can again, and what formed a red dot on the small road.
Yeah, I did hear
that. 2-1, 2-1, 3-1, 2 unconfirmed 2.
Yeah.
Obviously we're starting somewhat of a streak, if you will. On the Big Eye Boy Road. I'm sorry, the names. It's just
up here. I know.
The first drive or whatever. You can see that.
I'm with you.
Player.
Yeah.
Another red circle would be player, which would go in with your 2s.
Yep.
To your point, I mean, here the 2s are strong, but let's see what the derived roads would have supported that. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what's the next hand.
It was player.
Player. Okay.
I keep clicking the one in the share screen instead of the actual app.
Oh, okay. Well, and again, see that formed more dominance in the derived roads.
Yeah, now you're getting it down here with the streak.
Now let's look at go to the derived the forecast table, Keith, with your cursor.
Which one now?
Just go to your go to the bank side.
Right here.
They're all red.
Yeah.
Okay. What does red indicate in derived roads? It indicates kind of conformance with the pattern that's happening.
Yeah.
Blue indicates it would be a little more chaotic. So in other words, what that's saying is if you think everything's going to turn up blue next time, all 3 of the derived roads, that would be chaotic to the pattern we're seeing on the main road.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I mean? You're still betting the main road. You don't want to contradict what the main road is telling you.
Yeah.
If you do and you don't want to bet, then that's fine too. Don't bet.
Yeah. It was player.
Okay, it was player. See, so it was contradicting, to what the main road. And so all those blues happened. So now the blues have switched to the bank. So they're saying the bank would be a chaotic bet here.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's see. Red, I'm going to go to the top again.
Oh, okay.
It's very strong TBL.
Oh yeah.
That would be a red circle.
Yep.
Okay, which would be player.
Yep.
Look at the pattern on the small road.
Yes, here.
Yeah, that would be a red circle because the blue has been 1-1-1-1.
Right.
Okay. And that, again, we're back to TBL or whatever, whatever you want to call it, on the streak, whatever. That would be a red slash. that would be player.
Yeah,
So actually, they all say player.
Yeah, it was player.
Okay, and that, again, it broke out of that pattern of the twos. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a count here on my score sheet, but what do we have? Player and banker, probably at the bottom somewhere. We got 68% players, 32% banks, according to the scoreboard.
Yep. It's been a little strong player here.
Yeah, pretty strong player. What would a player say next? Well, again, I'm going to go by the dots.
Red.
We'd need a blue dot on the to be the on the first of the three derived rows.
Yes.
Obviously, I'd want a red dot, which would be player. Okay, on the middle road, small road.
Yep.
Okay, because everything's gone to 2 or more, right?
Right.
And then a blue slash, which would, so I actually to me it kind of says 2 banks, 1 player.
Yeah.
Even though it says 4 players, and I hate to bet against 4 in a row on the
Yeah, I
main road.
know you do. I know you do.
Probably I would lean towards bank actually here, even though it's not saying that. And player is very strong.
It was bank actually.
That's based on the derived roads, by the way. That is not based on the whole thing.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
It's really hard to get people or to help people understand. I've had to learn this the hard way.
Hard way usually costs money, doesn't it?
It does cost money, but once you get it, so to speak, this can be very helpful to you. Okay, I see you put up the next one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hit it too quick.
Okay, but look, you still got that strong TBL. I mean, there's been very little. How many OTBL? There's been 1, 2, 3, 4 OTBLs. All the rest are TBL.
Yeah.
On the Big Eye Boy road.
Big Eye Boy, yeah.
And you're going to see that in this game. You're going to see that using the derived roads.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the stuff that happens on the derived roads is the stuff we've been used to talking about for years and years and years.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Kevin.
So
Absolutely.
you got to kind of just tune yourself into you're playing another game, but it should coincide.
Well, let me put a couple more in here.
Yeah.
Just so we can get. We had a couple.
Stop. Oh, stop. Go back one. Can you go back one?
Yeah. Well,
erase one.
Yeah. Let's see, back. There you go.
Okay. Stop there. Stop there. Again, people get if you look at a lot of the videos that are out there on the drive roads, not a lot, but there are some. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll talk about if you look at the bank on the forecast table down at the bottom,
right
where I'm looking, they're all red.
Yeah.
Which kind of says, if in conformance with everything else, the next one's going to be a bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look how the derived roads at this point, now they're confusing. There's really not much in there.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that's strong that I see that's strong is the single blues. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single blues, then 2 blues, then 1 on the small road, the middle road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yeah.
Then 1. That's the only thing I see in the derived roads right now, which would say bank also. Yeah. Okay. And then on the cockroach pig, the slashes, we switched from a red dominant, So the derived
I want to say there. Your observation there is something that a lot of people miss, Kevin, and I want to point that out. It was very insightful. When you looked at the small road here, and you segregated player and banker out, and you said the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 have been 1 in a row, and that's easy to miss. And that only comes from being an experienced player, like you said. You just looked at all those rows and said, "Look at this. Here's 5 out of the last 6 were 1 in a row on the player side on the small road," and that's easy to miss. So, I think folks should take note of how you're thinking in the game. That's critical. That's really good. And if anybody learns anything, I like how you look at it. Like that. That was very insightful. So.
Well, I look at it this way. When you're playing at the table, you're generally, not always, but you're generally playing with other people. At least I am, because it's Las Vegas and, the tables get crowded at certain times of the day.
Right.
Okay. You've got the time if you can ignore what everybody else is doing,
Yeah.
okay, you've got the time to make these comparisons.
Right.
Once
Right.
you get used to doing it, Keith, it doesn't take that long.
No.
You know, me explaining it takes longer than it will take you to once you understand it. But
Yep.
it takes a while to get this stuff.
Yep. It does.
To me, though, it's worth it. It's one more thing that you kind of have as an advantage. If it raises your hit rate to an extra point over a period of time.
Yeah. Oh my, yeah.
It's a lot of money in your pocket.
That could be the difference between winning and losing some days, man. You know, it's critical, you know, that one bet. So, but we know what it was. It was actually player here.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, let's see. How did we do that? Well, it went to 2 in a row on the big eye boy there. We did get the 2 in a row here.
Right.
And here we got the streak. So, you know, the 1s and 2s sometimes get a little confusing. It's getting a little choppy up here. You know, so, well, let me put a couple in because we got to wrap it up. There were 3 banks after that. I'll put them in. And then we had there was another 3 zigzag. And that's all the shoe I got. I forget the number. It was in strategic Baccarat Interface, but that's as far as we had documented in the shoe. But, you know, again, I think, you know, your insight into derived roads, it's interesting. You know, the main road started to go a little bit strong bank here, which would have been interesting if we had the rest of the shoe. The second one here kind of got chaotic, and this one, I think you'll agree, this one kind of went to nothing bigger than a 3 in a row, kind of opposite. You know, anyway, they got a little bit harder here, I think. Then,
yeah,
you know, everything got a little bit harder. So hopefully you got it at the beginning of the shoe and got out with +4 or 5 at least.
Well, that's a great lesson, right? That's another great thing. You know, I don't think a lot of our better players at this point in time are playing whole shoes, unless they've driven, like I used to have to drive, you know, 245 miles from my house to the casinos in Biloxi.
Like you used to, and when you lived in Florida, yeah.
But I wasn't afraid to get up and go to another table. You know what I'm saying? Your concept of variance or whatever, regression to the mean, whatever, is, you know, if you get ahead 4 or 5,
you're good.
Half units. And if it isn't working out, it's probably time to stop or sit out for a while or go to another table or, you know, whatever.
Have a cup of coffee.
Yeah. I mean, and keep those, you know, capture those units that you've won.
Yeah, absolutely. Capture those units. So anyway. All right. Well, listen, I think if anybody has any questions, just ask us below and we'll be more than happy to answer them. And Kevin, I thank you. Tomorrow we're doing a special with Sherry in Vegas and you and myself on her kind of matrix kind of approach to betting that she plays at Stadium. She really likes it. And I know Real Rabbit and Mookie have said an awful lot about it. So she's going to give us the insight and we're going to put something together, me, you, and her tomorrow, and give us her insights from her latest kind of escapades there at Palace Station Stadium, Baccarat. So,
yeah, no, I've seen her there many times playing what she's going to show us.
And she plays for hours there, man. So I don't think anyone plays more Stadium than her. So anyway.
Well, here, and I think people are going to see. I hope people tune into that.
I think
tomorrow at about the same time.
Yeah.
I hope people tune in because her approach allows for playing a long time.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't take a lot of, okay, well, what about this? What's going on here? Oh, geez, got, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it got to bet this because of, you know.
Yes.
I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
But her approach allows for playing at a leisurely pace. You know, you don't have to try to analyze everything, you know.
If you like to play, and there are some people that like to play, you know, I mean, if you like to sit there, relax, play low stakes and try to make a couple bucks, you know, her way to play is really nice. You can sit there, drink and play and get coffee or whatever it is you want to drink and relax and shoot the breeze with everybody.
Feta kind of touched on it on the forum. Remember, Feta did a post on the forum not too recently. Looked like it was on the back of a cocktail napkin.
Yeah. Yeah,
A
absolutely.
brown napkin. I mean, literally, I don't know what it was on, but he did it and came out. I think he was up 47 units or something. I don't know, not probably small unit size, but up,
Yep, absolutely.
Same, that we're going to talk about. So,
yeah. All right, Kevin. Well, listen, we'll see you tomorrow night. And I thank you for everything, buddy.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.